Hello everyone, today I will give you a couple ideas for builds. Now that we got the building system back and now it's also improved in this update, it has a much better UI and you have precise control of every single item that you place. If you still don't know about the news, about how the building is working now, I have a full guide which I'll link down below on the pinned comments. I always link very useful videos, guides, and related links on the pinned comments every time. So if you watch a video and you're wondering like, oh, I wanted to know about this or that, it's probably on the pinned comments. Also, if I do any mistakes on my videos, which happens, okay, I'm so sorry, but I'm human. I also always list them and timestamp them on the pinned comments as well. So this is the start of a new series. This is something that I've been planning to do since 1.9. A lot of you have asked me to do guides on how to do certain combinations and builds, and I have posted quite a few build videos and tour videos, but I thought that maybe it's time to focus on small combinations first as part of a bigger project. So my plan is to start with a witchy fairy cottage. We'll do one room at a time. I'll share combination codes when applicable, and you can also watch the entire process on my live stream VODs. So I'll be building everything on live streams, and in these videos I will be linking down on the pinned comments the live stream where I build, so you can follow along step by step as well if you prefer. So we'll start with this very witchy cottage project. I've started with the kitchen, which is what we're gonna have a look today, and when we are done with this cottage in a couple weeks, I will start a castle build. But anyways, let's have a look at the kitchen. We've done that with many amazing suggestions of you guys during the stream. So I'll start talking over every combination and you can also follow along, but I'll also use the build mode to show you exactly how I built everything. So we've got quite a few things. In terms of structure, a mix of stone wall with woods and flowers. Also, just so you know, I focus a lot on keeping the load limit low. So I try to use a lot of repetitive items because when you use a repeated item, it consumes less loads. And I also try to use the items that have less load already, like overall. So we've got this kind of floor here. We also have a ceiling, like an open ceiling with some vines. We have my cauldron that I absolutely love, and you guys help make it even better. Love how it's looking now. We have the trees of the mushrooms, something that I got inspired by Sabrina's Island that I've also toured here on the channel. And then we have the furnace there, and also this amazing cabinet that you can open and close, which I also got inspired by another island that I've toured from Catnip, which you can also find on my channel. I'll also link those down below if I remember. If I don't, just let me know in the comments and I'll send over the link for you. We also have shelving units, ladder, a little gate/window, multiple different types of stone walls if you want to mix and match with the pillars and everything. Also how to combine the doors with the stone wall so you have a door that looks good and fits in. And also just the kitchen elements here, the sink, also inspired by catnip, and also the cooking station, and so on. So let's go over each item one by one. So here is the dining table. We've got a couple items decorating here and this nice little gate window with some flowers and fairy lights. Then we've got the sink with the dishes. Then we've got the cooking station. So if you use your cooking ability, you can actually utilize this station, even though it's not the usual station that the game gives you. Then we've got this window, which you can also, of course, open and close. We have the furnace area to match with this space. I really love this kind of build here. I think it's really cute. And the shelving unit for decoration, and also the cabinet that you can open and close as well, with the little ladder as well, if you want to make like a higher up ceiling or something like that. Okay, so now into the build mode. We've got the cauldron. The cauldron is very simple. You want to use the low water basin. So keep in mind that you can see the names of the items that I'm hovering over at all times over here. So if you're not certain what item I'm using, I'm not actually going to call it out. I'm just going to hover over and you can see there. Then we place these little flowers on top, and inside, or I guess beneath the basin, I have one of those fire pits. So I turned on the fire pit and I made a little combo. So I'm actually gonna ungroup it, just so you know the difference here. So I stretched the basing, and underneath I've got the fire pit. So in case you didn't know, I've already covered this in multiple videos, but in case you didn't know, if you want to resize an interactable item, like for example the fireplace and the fire pit, what you need to do is you need to place it first when the hand is green. So I'm gonna show you right now because a lot of people ask me that. So here's the fire pit, right? It is resized. It's smaller than it should. When you get a fire pit for the first time, okay, buy a new one here. When you buy a fire pit and you place it here, this is the size and the hand is green, telling you that you can actually interact with it. So I'm gonna save. As you can see, I cannot turn on this because this is resized. So how do we do to make this work but also be resized at the same time? You gotta interact with it outside of the build mode first, like that. And now you can head over to the build modes. You can select it and resize it to whatever size you want, tiny or super gigantic, doesn't matter. As you can see, you can actually place it, but the fire continues working. So this is how I do to activate the fire items or interactable items like lamps, etc., and resize them after. So of course, some things like the chairs and the beds, they won't be interactable and that's it. You need to find other ways around it, but I'm gonna cover those on the bedroom build that we're gonna do for this little cottage. So anyways, this is how you do the cauldron, very simple. I made this very early on and I was so happy when we first got this basing because I don't have the premium cauldron. Kind of like the look of this more, like a realistic or medieval kind of witch of sorts. Then we've got the cabinet, and the cabinet is so easy. All you have to do is place a cabinet, as you can see there's a cabinet here, and then you place a wall on top of it, which is this wall here, the archway. You place this archway in front of the cabinet, and then you just place a window inside. Now it's so much easier to hide away your windows, doors, and so on, because we have the adjustment placement feature. So as you can see here, I have a wooden door, but it has the wall on top. This is actually a door item. As you can see, there is a purple wall here with a stone wall on top of it. So I'll show you very quickly how to do it as well. But again, you can check the live stream for the full step-by-step because I did it live. So how do you do that? Let's say you want to use this window and it's beautiful, but you're using these walls for your build, right? This doesn't match. What you want to do is you can use the archway and you want to use the adjust placement button. So I'm going to press it here. Now I can use my keys to move the item instead of my camera. So I'm moving the camera here and nothing's happening. What you want to do is send it forward or back just twice. Twice is enough. So I'm going to send it here. There we go. And you place it. It's barely noticeable. And now you have the proper window with a proper wall. Of course, if it's on both sides, you want to do that on both sides. So you're going to use another archway. And then you're going to hit adjustment placement. And then you're going to bring it forward a little bit. And there we go. Now you have a proper stone wall with the window. So I've done that with the doors, windows, and the cabinets. I basically just got a window and placed it inside with a cabinet over there. This is one of my favorite builds, and this is something that I learned at Catnip's Island, which will be linked down below, hopefully. And then we've got the shelving unit. So easy. This is just a flooring piece, and I just placed it in there, and then I decorated it with random items. Let me deactivate that for now. Then for this corner, very, very easy. I basically just put the gate. As you can see, that's the gate there. And a fireplace on each side to make a stone wall. So I made multiple different types of stone wall for an example here. You can see better on the stream as well, but we've got walls like this. We've got walls like this with the fireplace item. As you can see there, you can just merge them together. They don't clip weirdly or anything like that, as you can see. This is a perfect stone brick wall. And I also used the amazing little Minecraft blocks that we've got in this update. You can actually either use this size by rotating it. You can use this side as a wall, or you can use this side as a wall as well. So this is super great because this Minecraft block here only has 25 loads. This is insane. And reminder, when you place a second one, it's gonna only use half of that. So you can really use this block for so many different things, and they're so helpful. Then we have the sink, and the sink is super easy. I'm just using an actual sink item with some decorative dishes in there. Let me ungroup. I'm using this, the spoons, and also the plate. And then we are using a pillow to make it look like it's a soap or foam or water. For the kitchen, I'm actually using the normal cooking workstation, and then I just put the actual cupboard that I like more on top of it, and I decorated it with some items like this, and that. The only thing that you need to know is that for this to remain interactable, it needs to be a little bit forward. So if you put the cooking top inside, completely inside the cupboard like this, it's not gonna work. So you need to be able to see a little bit of the workstation there for it to continue working, just so you know. For the window, same thing. So I put normal window with an archway on front of it, and then just as an extra detail, I put a pillar here because these windows have wooden parts there, and I thought that would look nicer with a stone base instead, just to match this build. For the ceiling, just a bunch of lamps. Reminder that you can press and hold to place multiple. I'm gonna put a lamp here. You can press and hold, and there you go. Super easy. That's how I've done it. And then I just put a couple vines around it. As you can see, those are just the normal flower vines. Lastly, we've got the furnace, and it's so easy. I just decorated with a mini rug and also this kettle. I used the usual foundation here, the little corner brick, with a fireplace, which again, I placed it normally, ignited it, and then entered build mode again and resized it. Then I placed it here, and then I put the archway again, always saving the day. And because there was some gaps there, I actually used the corner pillar, this one here, corner pillar tall. This is great because you can change the color for white and wood, so it helps a lot and it doesn't clip weirdly with things. So if you want like a white finish here, you can as well. And you can just change the look of the fireplace here, but I like it that way. And for the floor, super easy. It's one of the Minecraft blocks with the trellis on top of it. So I'm gonna grab the trellis. This is from the Dreamland Showcase. And you can use one of these Minecraft blocks here. Like, for example, let's use this side. And then you can just grab the trellis and you just place it a little bit above. And there you go. You have some stone and wood with flowers with very small load limit. It looks very nice for outdoors spaces or more fairy cottages like this. Then we've got the mushroom tree, and it's so easy. It's just a big tree with the mushroom table inside it, and that's it. I like to dye it purple, but it's actually red color, which you can use as well. And it looks really, really nice if you make an actual forest. And that's it. I hope this kind of video was fun and helpful for you. I hope this gave you new ideas for you to build with, and we'll continue building this witchy fairy cottage every Monday stream. And I'll also make videos after those streams talking over the new combinations that we've done. We're just trying to do as many creative things as possible just to really inspire you and give you new ideas. And if possible, I'll try to make little combination codes for certain items if I can generate that many codes, and I'll share down below as well. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of the members and patrons who support the channel and make these videos possible, and see you on the next one.
Ryan Little.
Listen